All right, here we go. Wow. Yo, what's going on? It's your man, Rick the Dawn. It's been a long day, and I got something really cool, fresh out the freezer. You see it. Cook's Mango Mimosa. I'm a little nervous to open this, if I can be honest, because I'm right next to my laptop, or I should say my desktop. But I'm gonna do it. All right. I don't know why I'm doing this. I feel like this is a bad idea, trying to open this up. I caught myself putting it in the freezer just to make sure it was like really, really cold. But maybe I left it in there just a tad too long. I don't see any ice crystals or anything like floating at the top. So it should be good to open. I'm just worried that it'll erupt on me, but we'll see. All right. So if you don't know, mimosas are usually champagne and orange juice combined. But in this case, mango mimosa. I mean, it just sounds amazing when you think about it. And you know I wouldn't be trying this at all if it were below 10% alcohol value. And it just makes them the mark. All right, I don't know if you can see that, but it is 10%. So it is allowed in my club. I'm going to open this up very carefully, and I'm going to put my cup really close. Once again, I put lotion on my freaking hands because my hands are always ashy when I do these for some reason. So I said I put some lotion on my hands. But now I can't open the freaking bottle. All right, here we go, y'all. All right. All right, there it is, y'all. No eruption. Got a little smoke there. And it's time for the pour. A yellow orange hue. Smells like soda from where I'm sitting now. Tastes like mango, obviously. Let's see if I can recork this because I wanted to keep the acidity. Nice. Was able to recork. All right, ladies and gentlemen, let's do it. Here it is. Looks like orange juice. Let me give you a little smell test. Smells exactly like, wait a minute. That smells more like oranges than it does a mango to me for some reason. I guess a mango and orange are in the same citrus family, so. But yeah, if you told me to smell this without knowing what the name of the bottle was, I would say it was a mimosa with orange juice. But it smells really good. All right, here we go. Wow. Wow. Extremely refreshing. That's the first thing that came into my mind. Like, this is extremely refreshing. Can you see it? Where is it? Okay, there it is. Yeah, extremely refreshing. I'm gonna drink a little bit more on the first drink because I'll be feeling so bad when I give these drinks low scores, and then later on I'll be tore up like, how did I give it a 6.6? So I'm like, if I just wait a little longer and drink a little more, I'll get a better, first reaction. But if you don't know, mimosas are mostly a breakfast or brunch drink, right? A lot of people, especially adults, they love to have mimosas nearby anytime, they're with other adults, they're eating breakfast, and they need something to drink, but they don't want to necessarily drink juice. Mimosas is where people usually go with that, right? They get a nice drink, mix some champagne with it, I should say a nice juice, mix it with champagne, and then you have your mimosa. I'm starting to warm up pretty early, which is pretty cool. I'm going to get this bottle some extra points for how good it tastes. Now, naturally, I'm starting to get some red flags because anytime a champagne or a wine tastes good, like juice perhaps, you can start making an argument that there's not a lot of alcohol in the drink. And 10% is low for me. Typically, I like to hang out around like the 11% range. All right, so 10% is about a percent lower than what I'm usually accustomed to when it comes to drinking wines and champagnes. But I will say this: it is extremely tasty. Okay, so if you got some drinkers around you that don't really drink a lot, but they need something that's pretty strong, but also is easy to digest, this is probably it right here. Okay, let me try it again. Like, seriously, I can almost consume this like it's a soda. That is how easy it is to consume. Very acidic, obviously, i.e., why I'm saying it's like a soda. A lot of sugar. I think that that is something that I should tell you. Naturally, if it tastes this good, if it's this sweet, that's primarily because it's loaded with sugar. That has to be the reason, right? Outside of my body starting to warm up a little bit, I'm not getting much from it in terms of like that vibe, that kind of woozy like feeling. I'm not getting that. I'm getting a lot of acidic burps, and it does taste really good. I will say that it tastes really really good. I can imagine drinking this with like a burger or like a hot dog, like a barbecue type of environment, and being extremely happy. Okay, that's exactly what I'm thinking, because this is definitely a social drink. You're not going to, it's happening. It's happening. I can feel vibes happening here in the middle of my chest, also the middle of my back right shoulder blade. That's where all the heat is starting to kind of happen. So obviously, this is not a dud. It's not going to be a situation where I drink this entire bottle and like, oh, I don't feel anything. I'm already feeling something, so that's good. Okay, that's pretty good. I'm prepared to give it my initial first impressions, and I'm gonna tell you my thought process. I'm thinking low as far as my score, but that's primarily because the vibes are not rushing me. But how unfair is that to say when I literally feel tingling around my body? So that tells me that the alcohol is doing something. Like, I just got this weird tingle below my elbow. I'm like, yeah, that's a vibe. Yo, that's a vibe for sure. And on top of that, it tastes good. Now, I'll contrast that with this with saying this. I'm giving this bottle a bad rep on the basis that it's a Cook's, wine. All right, a sparkling wine. And Cook's is so accessible. You can find it at every store on planet Earth. Shout out to Cook's. So my brain is like, oh, it's accessible. It's not rare. Rate it low. But wait a minute. Why rate it low? I'm actually telling my thoughts as I'm thinking them. Why rate it low when it tastes amazing? It tastes amazing. Two amazings. All right, because it has this pineapple taste almost. It's like a pineapple orange taste. It doesn't. I'm not getting mango necessarily, but man, this is a tough one. All right, I got a fair score. I'm gonna go 6.8, and I know that's surprising, because I just rated like a expensive bottle of wine that I did not long ago. I rated that at 6.6 on the pre-review, but I'm already feeling something. It tastes amazing, and yeah, there you go. Like, it tastes good. I'm already getting vibes. I'll show you where they are. Here, it's like heating up, tingling, all kinds of stuff. Right here, it's a lot of tingling here, and I feel warmer overall. So to me, that's why I'm going to give it a 6.8 for my pre-review score. What's going to happen from here is I'm going to finish the bottle, come back, and give you a post-review score, and then an overall score. All right, that includes the pre-review score. All right, so stay tuned. I'm going anywhere. I'll be right back. Yo, what's going on? It's your man Ricky Dawn. I'm back. The bottle is finished, and I am very happy to report that I am incredibly surprised by this bottle, man. Like, I feel so good. Like, I wouldn't say I feel drunk, and you probably wouldn't get that from watching the video, but I'm just gonna keep it real with you. I feel really good. It's one of the best. It's like the best middle point between being or being drunk and being sober. It's like right in the middle. It's the sweet spot. I'm in a space where I feel the effects of the alcohol, but I don't feel drunk. It's amazing. It's like being in a matrix. I'm like, it's like the Matrix. Like, I feel not drunk, obviously, but I feel inebriated enough to know I drank something. Like, if I woke up in the morning and I felt like this, I would say, wait a minute, something's wrong. But so I know I'm not sober, obviously, but I feel somewhere in the middle where it's like I'm really buzzed. That's a good word, really buzzed. And I'm not so buzzed that I'm like drunk. I'm very, very impressed by Cook's Mango Mimosa. I'm gonna be honest with you. Initially, and you saw it, I wasn't quite sure that I was ready to buy into it. I'm like, all right, it tastes good. It's hitting kind of slow, whatever. Man, but by the time it's all said and done, it does everything it's supposed to do. This is a very, very recommended bottle. I'm gonna recommend this strongly because you get something like this. It's very formal, or I should say, it's like a social drink, I should say. Anybody can pick it up, enjoy it. It tastes great, and it's only 10% alcohol, all that, right? You finish the bottle, and lo and behold, you feel amazing. Like, I don't feel like going to sleep. I don't feel like going to, that's what you get when you smoke weed. You feel like going to bed a lot of times, unless you get a certain strand. When you drink a lot of liquor, you get sloppy. You don't know what's going on. This right here, it's the best of both worlds. You feel buzzed, but you also feel, I don't know the word I'm looking for. You feel, I won't say sober enough, but you feel good enough that you can enjoy the evening. All right, drink. I'm gonna tell you exactly what happens if you drink this before you go out and hang with people. Let's say you drink this before you go out and hang around a group of individuals, and you finish the entire bottle by yourself. If you're a seasoned drinker, now if you're someone who don't drink a lot, you might get tipsy-turvy. I don't know, but if you've had the opportunity to drink more than a few bottles of wine or champagne, you drink a full bottle of this and then go out and hang with some people, you're gonna be the life of the party because it's like you took a pill that allowed you to use 100% of your brain because you're gonna feel relaxed, you're gonna feel loose, you're gonna feel like, hey, I can be myself. You're gonna be, this is almost the perfect drink in terms of being in a social environment. You're gonna feel like, hey, I can have fun, I can enjoy myself, but you're not gonna be so drunk where you wake up in the morning and people tell you, are you good? You know what you did last night? It's not gonna be that. And that's why I would definitely recommend this drink, okay? Now, let's get back to the reviews. As a post-review, for the post-review score, I am gonna give this an 8. A solid 8. I gave it a 6.8 for the pre-review score. And if I'm being honest, I still stand by that score, primarily because I thought that it kind of was a little slow. But once you finish the bottle, you get exactly what you're looking for. So it went from a 6.8 in the pre-review score to a 8.0 or 8 in the post-review score. Okay. And then when we add all that together and divide it by 2, we get an overall score of 7.4. And I think that's extremely appropriate for Cook's Mango Mimosa. 7.4. That is my score. I think it's appropriate. You may or may not agree with it, but I absolutely agree with it. I think my whole review cycle or system is extremely well orchestrated because it gives you both. It lets you know how you feel when you take your first drink and how you feel when you finish, and then it gives you an overall score. I really believe that this is a 7.4. Like if I was watching my own review and I went to go buy this, I would say, that's about a 7.4. If it's not a 7.4, it's higher. It's not lower. And I'm going to tell you why it could be potentially be higher. Because when you finish the bottle, that's where all the magic happens, okay? I'm not sure you're feeling the way I feel right now off of a cup. So if you're splitting this with people, if you're drinking this in a social setting where everybody's kind of getting a little glass, you might not get to the point where I'm feeling right now. But if you're drinking this by yourself, especially if you're drinking it by yourself before you go hang out, yes, you're going to get an 8.0 post-review experience, okay? So I hope you enjoyed it. Throw a like on the video. You know how it go. You know how it is. If you want to see more of these, 10% alcohol volume, not too crazy on that side of the spectrum. The sugar is a little much. It's kind of sugary, but that makes it taste good. So you kind of learn to live with it. But that's what I'm feeling right now. I feel real good right now. Okay. With that being said, thank you for watching. I see you on the next one. Peace.